I was waiting for the glue to dry on one part of my chop sauce station build, and I thought I would, do something with this window. Whenever the camera's pointed this way, I get a strong backlight from this window. As you can see down here, there's a lot of glare coming in. Up here, I've already put the film on, and it seems to be very effectively cutting down on the amount of light coming in, which is a good thing. And I want to do it on the other three windows. If you can recall, I built the blinds that are on the windows now to cut down on the light coming in. Still, even with them partially closed, the sun beating in on the slats can give me too much light in that area as well. There is a real product that you can buy, especially made for photography or video, and it's an ND filter film. But this stuff, just got it at the home center, and it's mainly made for reflecting sunlight from, warming up the room. I'm just going to hold up this piece, this lower pane. As you can see, it's quite blown out. And if you can see there, that's the difference. Quite a lot. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this on. This is not an endorsement of this product by any means. I just went out and I bought this last night after, looking online for different alternatives. Another way to cut down a little bit on the light coming in is to put window screen there actually, but this is way more effective than that. And also it's kind of a permanent situation. Once you have it applied, it stays there and you can clean it and whatnot. Got the film there thrown on the floor, getting covered with dust. So I'm just going to take my razor blade and actually just scrape off the worst of the dirt that's on here. Obviously, if this was going to be, if I was going to do this inside the house, I would clean the windows really well and all that fun stuff. But out here in the shop, not that I don't care how it looks, but you're not going to get in close to that. Nobody's ever going to notice if there are small little specks of dust trapped between the film and the glass. Wipe that off somewhat. And then I've got the solution, and I'm going to spray that onto the stuff, onto the glass there. And then I'm going to take the film and shake off as much of the dust as I can. I started to undo a corner here. It's kind of tricky to get it to separate this corner up here. So what I did in the top was I just took it and put it on backwards on there until I could get the protective film taken off. And that's just clear. And as you see, it's got that label stuck to it, which is good, so I don't waste any of the product. And I try to keep this from sticking to itself as I pull the film off. Throw it aside. Now I can take it off again and put it back on. Just going to try to line it up with this dividing rail here and get my stuff again. Spray a little bit more juice in there. And that'll make it easier to position it. And I was a little bit anxious about using this because I read some of the reviews on it, and I don't know if the people are just completely incompetent, but they seem to have too many problems with it. I haven't had a problem putting that on. I was surprised. This is my squeegee. It's a piece of maple that I've just, eased over the edge with some sandpaper. I'm using that to run it across firmly. I've got something up there in the way. And that'll scrape out all the liquid and smooth it onto the glass See, you don't have any bubbles left. It's really that easy. And I mean, if you mess up, all you have to do is pull it off and start again. Okay, I've got the main smoothing done. I'm just going to take my razor blade here and trim it off as close to the corner as I can get it. Like I say, I'm not being overly particular about this because it is just the workshop. Another thing is that this door will eventually be replaced. So if I spend 3 hours working on this, that's 3 hours that eventually will be lost because it will not be reused. Obviously, this is an old wooden door. That's not very efficient. Like I said, there is a professional product that you can get. It's called gels. It's a ND filter gel. And that's what they call films in, you know, the film industry, I guess, gels. But it's very expensive for the same amount of coverage that I would get from that roll, that 15 feet by 3 feet roll. It would cost maybe 10 times as much, which is not insignificant. The thing with the professional window film is that it will tell you how many stops it's reducing the light by. Whereas this stuff, I don't know for sure. It looks like it may be 1 stop it'll reduce the light by, but that would be just a guess. Well, I know that this is not going to be of interest to a lot of people. Not for this reason anyway. Not everybody's out, you know, videotaping stuff in their workshop or garage. But for those of you that were maybe thinking about getting this stuff for a window inside their house, read the reviews, got turned off by some of the horror stories that people post, which is absolute nonsense apparently, because this stuff is very easy to do. You know, to put your mind at ease, maybe you go out and get it for that reason. It does block a lot of light, as you can see. Now, like I said in the beginning, I'm not getting paid to endorse this product. I went out and I bought it last night out of my own pocket. So this is an unbiased review, and it's kind of semi-informal installation instruction. I know that there's a video showing how to put this on. More than likely, it's more complicated than it needs to be. I know the instructions, which are quite extensive, are more complicated than they need to be. So I hope that helps somebody out anyway. Anyway, as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.